Cristian Javier has been the talk of the town lately, and it's for a good reason. After that insane World Series game, he deserves all the praise he's getting, and that personal parade is only a small part of it. But what exactly makes the starter so good? In today's video, we're looking at the secrets behind his crazy pitch, plus the latest updates on the breakout star player this season. First, let's talk about that legendary pitch. We have to start by saying that his signature fastball isn't anything incredible when it comes to the actual speed. Players have done much better than him and are currently doing much better. So why is everyone losing their minds over it? When you think about it, it was a 94-mile-per-hour ball from his right hand, which, even though it's amazing, isn't anything super out of the ordinary. But then you have his Astros teammates calls it obscene and invisible, with most people thinking it was definitely past 100. The Astros closer, Ryan Pressly, might just have put it best when he called it unhittable. In fact, the fastball, which most people are calling an invisible now, had the hitters completely frustrated at the fact they had no chance. It made history, since it led the Astros to close out their first ever combined no-hitter in World Series history. After all, the game ended with 6 no-hit innings, and we can't imagine the Philadelphia Phillies were too excited about that. The game just happened to be the first hitless one since 1957, when Don Larson played that legendary fall classic and made some history of his own. Let's not forget that this World Series had starts by the likes of Justin Verlander, Zach Wheeler, and other pitching stars. Yet Javier managed to grab 14 strikeouts against the Phillies and the Yankees. He's definitely made a name for himself in the game, with scouts calling his effort a unicorn and everyone agreeing that his fastball is the literal best in baseball right now. So let's dive into what makes it so special. Now we're getting into the secrets of it all. When fans watch a baseball game, it makes sense that all we see is how fast the ball goes and how impressive it looks, and obviously whether the hitter can catch up and send it flying. But there's some pretty heavy science behind it all. So it's time to get into the details of it. One of the biggest things that make Javier's ball what it is something called the vertical approach angle, or the VAA. It might sound like something out of a high school physics class, but it's really just the angle at which the ball goes towards the plate. Javier has a pretty low VAA, since he keeps his arm low when he's pitching. But that's not all. A lot of pitchers have a low VAA, so what makes Javier stand out? It's the high front side, which helps him fool people into thinking the fastball isn't going to be that crazy after all. That helps him hold on to an insane spin rate and spin efficiency. In fact, it looks a bit like a magic trick, since science says a fastball can't actually rise, but Javier's looks like it is, and that's only because it doesn't drop as much as everyone else's. Hitters find it impossible to see what's actually going on, because from where they're standing, the ball looks like it's bouncing across the plate. After all, they aren't calling it a kangaroo for no reason. Javier must have been paying attention in science class, because he's got a lot more on his side than just what the fans and hitters see. Next, here's what everyone else has to say about it. We've gotten to the science behind it, and we know that it's barely visible as it flies across. So what do the guys in the know have to say? His teammates are definitely happy with him, which makes complete sense with the way he's been playing. When you're throwing 70 fastballs out of 97 total pitches and winning the whole thing for your team, you're bound to get a cool nickname from your teammates. And that's exactly what happened here. Ryan Stanek said that the team calls him El Reptil because he's cold-blooded, no matter where the game is going. Javier never lets anyone see it on his face. As Stanek said, nothing phases him, and he's just that guy. The Phillies game was the second time he'd shown everyone what he could do. When he showed up at Yankee Stadium, he managed to throw a whopping 7 no-hit innings. The Phillies game was more important, though, because it decided their fate in coming back for Game 6. Christian Vasquez called the ball electric and even compared it to playing PlayStation with the man. The fact that Javier's dad got to see his son do all that only added to the glory of the night, making for one of those success stories that always inspire new players. Hunter Brown, a fellow Astros player, agreed with everyone else when he said the ball was invisible and that it really gets on you. After the first one, you know you can't take him lightly. Alex Bregman finished it off perfectly, calling it insane and saying that he's glad to have him on the team. Coming up, it's no wonder his home country celebrated like this. Cristian Javier is a classic failure to success story, which makes his crazy talent look even better than it already is. He started off as an outfielder, changed things up and became a pitcher, and signed on at age 18 for just $10,000. But he's figured out his strengths, and he's not letting anyone stop him now. So it makes complete sense that the guy deserves a parade of his own. His home country, the Dominican Republic, is known for how much they love baseball there, and when one of their own is that good, they make sure he knows it. After Game 4, the streets in the country were full of people celebrating the past season and the postseason, and it was nothing short of the full World Series treatment. In videos that fans fans and others shared on Twitter and social media, it was easy to see that the Dominican Republic was proud of their man. The streets were filled with cars, music, and thousands of people celebrating the historic win. And we're sure that he's gonna get the same reaction very soon in a bunch of other countries as well. After all, the postseason has been insane for him, throwing 12.2 innings where he managed to strike out 16 batters and didn't let them have more than one single run. The parade is just the least of it. We all know he's gonna have a way bigger role in the 2023 rotation for the Astros, and we cannot wait to see what he makes of it. But is there a chance Javier might be switching up on Houston? After this insane season and even crazier postseason, the Astros would have to lose their mind to let go of a star like this one. But that kind of trade might not be too far off, since it looks like the Astros are already in talks with the Arizona Diamondbacks about some upcoming trades. The asking price is definitely still up there, but on Houston's side, they could make some crazy changes if they manage to land Dalton Varsho. It's gonna be a crazy splurge, since Varsho is one of the most valuable players the Diamondbacks have at the moment. The team isn't the best out there, since they've only made playoffs 4 times in the last 2 decades, and Varsho is a huge part of any success they've had. They're obviously gonna want a fair amount of money for their guy, and in exchange, they'll definitely want something even better from the Astros. There's no shortage of amazing players on their team, which is exactly why they've been making playoffs consistently since 2017, when they won. But is Varsho important enough to risk some of their best players? The Diamondbacks will want a strong starter, which includes Luis Garcia, Hunter Brown, and of course, the man of the moment, Cristian Javier. This puts the Astros in a tough spot, since they're already struggling without Justin Verlander, and they can't afford to lose Garcia too. Javier would be a huge loss no matter what, and so it looks like it might just come down to the Astros giving up Brown for Varsho. Until a trade like that actually happens, we'll just have to wait for the teams to decide what's going to be the best for them. Moving on, Javier's gotten Red Sox approval too. Javier might not have been playing in the major league for too long. In fact, it's barely been over 2 years, but there's no denying that he's making a name for himself. Now that Verlander's gone, he might grab the top spot at the Astros, and it's gotten a baseball legend's attention. Pedro Martinez is a name everyone's heard when it comes to baseball, and after Game 4, the legend had a lot to say about the 25-year-old. In fact, he gave him the best praise possible, saying he sees a bit of himself in the player. He said he can definitely see the fellow Dominican Republic native ending up with a career just like his, and it's all in the way he plays the game. He talked about the way Javier handles the ball, and even said that his breaking ball is above his own, because he developed it late. Martinez said his fastball could play against literally anybody, and no one can disagree with him on that. He also called his breaking ball second to none, and once you've gotten that approval, it's hard not to get even better. He also believes that Javier is the Astros' best bet at the moment, which matches up exactly with what everyone else is saying about him. Framber Valdez and Justin Verlander might have been co-aces for the team once upon a time, but it's clear that Javier is ready to take Verlander's place now. With 2 combined no-hitters, 194 strikeouts, and a record-making 2.18 KH ratio, it's clear that Javier is ready to make even more history in the coming years. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of the fastball? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.